Hello, hello, hello. Getting started. All right. So tonight we are starting lesson 15. It is on transitions. Hey, Chess Wizard, how you doing? So I still got to find out how to change my um what you wanted me to change a little bit there. So I got to find that for you. Let me see. Looks like the chat comes in that way. So I'm going to move this up here instead. Oh, so Chess Wizard, yeah, I have to find out how to change our setting for resolution for you, right? Or HDPS or something like that you want. So remind me, I will definitely look at changing that for you, especially if it doesn't hurt anybody else and it only helps those that have slower internet. We'll definitely do that. You're gonna have to remind me because I totally forgot. All right. Had a busy day running around. So everything looks like we're good to go. We're ready to start talking about our new lesson. And we did transitions last week, transitioning from middle game to end game. This week, we're talking about transitioning from the opening to the middle game. So some of that will feel familiar to what we did in the first 10 weeks, but it's specific. We're going to be talking about transitions. I'm also going to be trying to give lessons to our all of our players that are going to be competing in the Mayhem tournament. We have that set now. A little overdue. Let's see. A second, I think, is a little. The 60 frames per second, I think, is a little overdue. I don't know what you mean by overdue. And taxes, which is funny because that sounds like you're saying taxes are overdue. Overdoes the internet. So, um, 60 frames per second. I see where I have frames per second, and it is set at 60. So I don't know where I can actually change that on the fly. Again, that's what happened last time, but I didn't get to change it. Let's see. Stream. And right now I am at FPS, frames per second at 60. It does not allow me to change it. Now I can change my bit rate, but the bit rate has to go up. So the lowest it allows me to go right now, actually it's locked in at FPS 60. I don't have a way to change that. Now I can do advanced overrides, but I'm scared to mess with that at the moment. You think 30 is the usual? Huh. Yeah, well, what's the usual bit rate? Because, like I said, right now I'm at FPS 60 and it won't let me change it. So it looks like I would have to change the bit rate to change the FPS, and I'm at 1500 FPS, which is the lowest bit rate. I mean, the lowest bit rate I have is 1500. So I don't know if I can then change the FPS based on that. So something for us to research, but I did just look that I could change it. All right. Sorry about that for the moment. Oh, we got to change our title. It is not a one-on-one lesson with G Dot. Today we are doing transitions, transitioning from opening to middle game. That is lesson 15, part 1. All right, get that updated. Missed that somehow when I was updating everything else. Alrighty, guys. So what we're going to be talking about is going from the opening to the middle game. So it's kind of fun for me if we look at somebody's game. Chess Wizard, since you're the first one here, let's go look at one of your games. And your games have been pretty good lately, right? You've played over 4,600 games. My goodness. And here's one you lost. You know, I like looking at losses, but, I also like looking at wins. But this one is one that you happen to lose, but you were playing a 2,100 possibly rated player. He's still not solid rating. It changed. You only lost 1 point, but he gained 36, trying to figure out what his actual rating is. So let's see. So far, so good. Hey, G Dot, how are you? Hopefully, you've been able to exercise and practice some of those things we talked about in the lesson. So this allowed you the fried liver attack, Chess Wizard. Curious if you took the risk, and you did. You went for it, and he played the best line. But he played this differently. This line I don't know. So we are used to, at this point, the pawn push is what we've learned is the normal way to go, and then the bishop goes. That's at least what book says. So he found a different choice, which makes you wonder, right? What should you do when somebody plays out of the book line that you've been looking at. You have choices, mi amigo. What do you want to do? So let's see what you chose. I like queen to e2. It's what struck my eye immediately also. It's the first thing that I noticed was queen to e2 looked promising. So it still does, right? It still looks promising, but hopefully, okay. So I was thinking castle here. Well, let's see. Does the knight have a home? No, the knight has no home. So you could go there. It could get interesting. It's kind of risky because you're pushing a pawn versus developing a piece. He can just take, but then you get to take here, and then he gets to drop the bishop back. And what did you get for it is part of the question, right? But this looks very good, very exciting in the sense that you're playing dynamically and you got some chances. Castling may have been interesting because actually this pawn is kind of hanging no matter what, isn't it? Except for the knight take back, I guess. So if you took and the knight took, then right, then the pawn is protected by the knight, and your knight is being attacked twice. You have a nice outpost for the knight, maybe for later consideration. It would be an interesting setup. But he does take, and you chase him again, which pushes him right back. So it makes me wonder why we did the first push, but we'll keep watching. I would have thought that maybe this check would have been the better choice. If he blocks with the queen, you could trade off and see how we go from there. This knight still is lacking good squares. You could trade here first. King moves somewhere. You might be able to take away. It's just interesting. I'm not sure. Very interesting. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry to hear that. Okay, but I'm glad things are good, G Dot. I'm sorry you were at the hospital. Sorry she's at the hospital. Hope she turns out everything works out well. You said it's good, so I'm glad. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Definitely get that game in. We do have a tournament today at 9 o'clock, 1 hour. So we have a tournament you could play. I think I made it 5+5, not exactly 10+5, but still useful. So now you take, he castles, and you get this push. Now this push is interesting, right? Because you're sneakily trying to protect the bishop, but he does get this in chasing your queen plus this. Very dangerous, very dangerous, very dangerous. I still don't like it that you haven't castled, and then we just lose the bishop, free candy, and we're not able to castle. So this game isn't going to turn out to be a good game for us to look at the transition between opening and middle game. But yeah, it's hard when you're looking for play in the middle of the game. So here, Chess Wizard, maybe pawn push first. That gives you a place for your bishop, possibly if it needs a hole later. But more importantly, it allows this to win the knight, right? Because otherwise, everything can stay kind of static. You do have this pawn to worry about. We don't really want to drop that pawn either. So you got issues, my friend. You got issues. You got questions to be answered. We don't like dropping the pawn. You do get this pawn with that pawn under attack, and so it's possible. Also, you could just take and then count your blessings and say, okay, let's say he takes that way. You could come back here, or you can even come here, and with other moves here, other options. Just, just safer, more solid. All right. Let's go look at a different game. G Dot didn't get to play any games yet. So we're not the 10.5, 10+5 that we wanted him to play. So let's go look at some other games by Chess Wizard, and let's see if we can find one other one. This one you played in 1801, but it looks like this game you ended very early. I don't know why. So this brings up another point that I want to tell you guys. I just want to show you another thing here. Um, Oh yeah, you thought it would trap the knight, but you forgot the bishop did. Okay, yeah, that's just oversight, right? We gotta see free candy, guys. So somehow you got into this interesting mess. Yeah. So I don't know what he was doing here. Anyway, he was hitting pawns that were well protected. So his life here is tenuous. And Chess Wizard, I actually expect a lot better play because I know you know what you're doing. You've been playing very well of late, and you've been doing well on your studies. So bringing your knight here says I can't come back to any of these squares. I can't come to any of these squares. You have no squares at the moment. So I don't know why you would move your knight to a square where he has no squares to go to. And you obviously don't know why either because you resigned. Now, I don't like resigning. You know that. And yeah, you're playing yeah, it's not your best day. This was today. 36 minutes ago. But you had a 15-minute game. And there's always tactics. Always tactics. So let's look and see if there are any tactics right now that you might have been able to employ and do some damage, maybe. But at least get back into the game, right? We're looking for ways to get back into this game. And you've left your knight out in the island. By the way, this pawn is also hanging. Just it's just wasn't good play. Just wasn't good play. Let's look how it started anyway. Pawn there, pawn there. Okay, bishop here, and then you went to protect, forgetting that the pawn is like one move away from chasing you away. So you're going to drop the pawn. Interesting. Okay. All right. Of course, the knight could have went here. The bishop could go here. Your bishop had this pawn last move. I'm sorry, not last move. You could trade this pawn for this pawn, which I can understand why you might not want to do that. But your knight could go here. Your bishop could go here. You have choices if you don't want to trade the two pawns. You can even push. That's even an option. It's playable. So a lot of these are playable, and yeah, having a bad day. So you're not helping me at all with the concept of transitioning between. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It's just I looked at your last two games, and neither one are working for us for what we need. We need an example. Flavio's online too. Let's go check out one of Flavio's games. We haven't watched too many of Flavio's games, but he's one of our regulars, and he won his last game. Let's see how that went as far as watching the transition. Now, Aim Chess, one of the softwares I like to use to analyze games, they basically they count your opening as your first 15 moves. I like to count it anywhere between 8 and 12 is ideal. You'd like to be finished developing by 12, so you'd be out of the opening, or at least finished with development. All right, so we get a game where right here on move 10, Flavio's almost fully developed. Very nice. Hey, Thunderclap, thank you for the follow. And Nawhawk, in case I missed you the other day, thank you, Nawhawk, for the follow. I appreciate follows. But again, we mostly want you to follow because we're hoping you get good information, that you're learning, that it's improving your game, and so therefore you want to come back when we're on again. That's always good. But we love, follows are great. Follows make us feel good. All right, so right here, Flavio is almost fully developed. He has the queen left to develop, and he has choices. He can wait, but he has choices. He has places to go with his queen. And we should be now thinking about the transition. Oh, really? Really? So Chess Wizard says the last game that he lost was a cheater and he got a message, which means that they gave you back your points, right? So he was brand new. We can look at that in a while. But one of the things I really like that Levy Rosman does, which he doesn't think is that popular, but I love it, is when he catches cheaters on chess.com. I love it. Just fun. I just fascinating. But anyway, so here we want to talk about the concepts that we're working on for this week. So one is improve your pieces. Right now the bishop is hitting on a pawn and a pawn. It gets to the king. This might be a better diagonal for the bishop. Keeps the knight out. It's another pawn that's a little weaker, only protected by the knight, and the king doesn't have a double pawn to push through, right? So maybe the bishop would be better on this diagonal. So that would be improving that piece. Yes, Gotham Chess Thunderclap. I like it when he catches cheaters. I just like the stream. This knight may be better here, maybe better here, right? We have to look at where we might want that knight. Our bishop right now is hitting this pawn, but it's got a nice diagonal to work on, so we might like that one where it is. This is not an open file. It's not a semi-open file. This is our semi-open file. So an easy improvement of a piece would be to put the rook here to hit on a semi-open file for the future, right? So that's a logical, easy choice if I don't know how I want to improve my pieces. If I can get my queen here and my bishop also hitting this diagonal, and my queen is in front on the battery of bishop and queen, then I have chances to threaten checkmate at some point. So that's also to be considered. So if I were now looking at our list of improving our pieces, I can now combine it with the next one. What weaknesses are there? This is not really a weakness, but it's a target that I might make. So if you look at the third choice above my head, finding targets. This could be a good target for me to line up. This one might be a good target for me to line up. So weaknesses again. This square may be weak because there's no pawns. Oops, there's no pawns that can hit that square. So that looks like a possible weak square. Let's look some more. This knight has not developed. The knight can't go to here. The knight can go to here, but then after he goes there, he has no squares. So poor development for this knight. It's a sad knight. If black were trying to improve his pieces, he'd want to improve this knight. This bishop is staring at pawns. That bishop is basically a sad bishop. It would want to improve its lot. This bishop, on the contrary, has the same diagonal as what we're talking about we might want to hit. So that bishop is looking pretty healthy, and the knight and the bishop can jump in here together, maybe the queen later. That might be a weakness of mine to worry about. So you might ask, when I say find weaknesses, am I talking about yours or your opponent's? Now, when we get to be higher levels, hey, Chris, when we get to be a higher level, then yes, you should identify your weaknesses as well as your opponent's weaknesses. Definitely should. All right. Yeah, that happens a lot, Chess Wizard. That's why most cheaters have new accounts all the time because they keep getting banned. I have no clue why somebody would want to cheat. I just don't get it. I mean, that's like playing any other game and you not playing and you're getting the computer to play it and you try to take credit for the computer. It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, people, I guess, feel some amount of happiness or ego for having their computer prove it's better than someone else that's human. Anyway, as I was saying, at our level, what we want to do is focus on identifying our opponent's weaknesses. We do want to identify threats. So if this knight comes here, guaranteed we want to know, oh, okay, that's two pieces on here. I got to be wary. I only have two protecting it. I got to pay attention. So we do want to identify threats, but I mean weaknesses. Like I said, weakness here, poorly developed knight, poorly developed bishop, right? Weaknesses. Backward pawns would be a weakness. He has no backward pawns. His pawn structure, he has no double pawns. He has no isolated pawns. So his biggest weaknesses are that he has only one piece over here on the king side to protect with his rook. So he only has one piece protecting. That's basically his weakness, along with this poor knight. And this square might be weak in the future. Might be weak in the future. This could be weak too if this pawn gets passed, right? So this is a possible good square. This is right now a decent square, even though he can push you away with a pawn in the future. So we look for their weaknesses because we are looking to be aggressive. We are looking to attack. It is easier for us to attack than defend. So we want to try to focus on attacking at this level. We want to see attacks, see opportunities to win points and games. Okay? That's what we're looking for. So we're looking for to be aggressive, to look for those attacking opportunities. So when I look at those items, last one is finding tactics. Always looking for tactics. Always looking to see if there's a check. Totally agree with Levy on that one too. First find checks, but so again, I like that square, and I am liking the idea of either the queen developing here, protecting this square. Unfortunately, we have to drop the bishop to get it to the next square. The bishop could just come here and hit that square, and if it does, then the queen might be able to get out here eventually. We can even get if we drop here, the knight can come here first. If we can get rid of that knight, then that's his only defender for the king side. Let's see some possibilities here, guys. So let's see what white does. White hits this, which is not a semi-open, not an open file. So I'm not crazy about it, right? That's not what I'm hoping for. All right. Black just jumps right in. Now he's got two pieces attacking, but white has two pieces defending. So White doesn't have to react to this move. And in fact, he has now taken away his one defender and it's undefended itself. This is an undefended piece. So depending on how we can get our pieces, like, you see the queen's hitting him. But if we go here, right, he has two pieces attacking. So that's not the way to do it. We have to be patient. White pushes the pawn. Don't think it's necessary. Think it's a bad move, actually. We don't want to push this pawn because we don't have the bishop here to fill the gap. It's doing nothing but weakening my king's position. I'm not afraid of this. Can't get his queen here. We would just take. I'm not afraid of it. Now, if you say, well, you got to be afraid of it because next move, if he takes, you take back with the knight, then his queen comes here. Yeah, but I just drop the knight right back and reattack, right? Really, I'm not afraid of this, guys. So what would I like to see instead? I'm actually thinking maybe don't like it here yet, but I still want to see this get hit. So maybe the bishop here first, right away. The bishop can come here. Now we're hitting his square. Now watch what I mean. Why I'm not afraid. Be not afraid. Attacking the queen, hitting the square. Where does he go? He has to go away. Yeah. And then what? Then we have the momentum. Better yet, we just take the knight, right? Because I forgot it's not protected either. So when we take here, the knight is now attacked twice. So his best would be to take, and yes, he could get this in, and yes, you run away, and so what? He has nothing, guys. He has nothing left. Nothing's in play. Nothing is attacking him, and he gave away a piece for naught. So yeah, I'm not afraid. You have to be able to look at it and decide if it's something you should fear and react to. And in this case, I don't think you have to react to this at all. So yeah, I'd rather see this. I'd rather see this, but I kind of like the queen hitting that. I do. I like the queen hitting that. You could even just put the question to the knight. You could say, "Where you going, buddy?" And you could push him back. But again, I don't want to push him back yet because I kind of like it that he's not protecting anything anymore. I kind of want to put the bishop here now. And see if he does things like this to block your bishop and protect the knight. Now, when you push that knight away, look what just opened up for you, right? I mean, yeah, he could take, you can get a doubled pawn. That pawn's going to sit there for a while. It's happy. You can even maybe prep this first. But yeah, this is now a backward pawn, and that's a weak pawn that he has to worry about for the rest of the game. You have no weak pawns. By the way, you also have this possibility again because that backward pawn is now actually pinned, right? So you can even swing the queen over here if you want. And now you're threatening to take this pawn because the pawn can't take back with the check through. I draw an arrow today with the check. Make sense? All right. So let's see what did happen in the game. Knight to g4, he moves here, and the queen comes out. Again, it's attacking a piece that's protected. There's actually no worries here. And looks like we have a discoverability along this diagonal. We like that diagonal. We can also develop the knight to here because, again, it gives us a tempo chasing the queen. Let's see what happens. We do chase the queen. So pretty obvious, but it's protected twice. This is doing nothing. Nothing to fear here. Nothing to be afraid of. You could just go on with your plan. I would have loved it if the knight could have went there now, but we did this thing. So I'm just not crazy about the fianchetto. This looks like Flavio again thinks he has to block that. He does not. The knight was holding it beautifully, and now his knight has to find a home. Knight has to find a home, guys. All right. And he does. He's going to attack the bishop and the pawn at the same time, and this pawn. But it's protected twice. Bishop is protected, but this pawn is not. So the bishop moving back will protect the pawn. Everything is protected for the moment. Right? Everything is protected for the moment. Okay, let's see what happens. Because I don't like the weakness of this pawn with this check in the line. It's just you take, the rook takes. Yeah, we needed one more piece to be able to take. Now, you could do rook takes, which was not played in the game, by the way. Pawn cannot take, but now we get this check and we lose the game, right? Very quickly. Very quickly lose the game. All right. So again, I don't like the knight. I like the knight where he was. You could do whatever you want. So if I can chase this knight, this pawn falls, first of all. Free pawn with an attack on the queen. So we got to like that. So let's see what happens. Okay, we double up here. That's no problem. We could have also went here. That would have been no problem. I like that too. Uh, now we have one, two, sorry. We have two here, three attacking, only two protecting. So now black has to figure out a way to protect, maybe. Maybe, let's see. Nope, he just moves out and says, you can have my pawn. Free candy is free candy is free candy, guys. Don't ever turn down free candy if you can. And look at Flavio starting to clean up tactically. So from here, again, if we're looking at transitions, we're already into the middle game. So the transition is kind of over. But you notice this became a weak pawn. And so we are piling up on that pawn. I do like that our pieces are heading over to the queen side. Some of these moves I question, but I do like that everything is still pointing to the king side. And hopefully everything then becomes just finding the right tactics. So he's attacking. So this is only protected twice, right? But he's talking about taking. You got to take back. So after you take back, then you'd only be protected once. Simplest would be just to take, really. And then you don't have to worry. You can win this pawn. That's one option. You could come here threatening the rook and then find this nice square. Possibilities, depending on where the rook goes, because you watch this now, right? You attack, the rook can't go here, the queen gets him. Can't go here, the knight gets him. So he's got to move off of this file. And once he moves off of that file, then this pawn is again hanging, but the queen and him are still threatening mate. So you might have to say, go away first, knight, so I can win the free pawn. But, he takes back this pawn. It's not totally free. And it's partly because this is here. If this were still where it's supposed to be, this pawn would push away the knight, and the queen can take the pawn after you win this free pawn. But anyway, that would have been interesting. But we get instead taking this pawn, protected by the bishop, attacking the queen. Right? So if rook takes, bishop takes, and then you're okay as far as if he takes here, you can take back. Oh no, that's not even true. Rook takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. So I don't think this is a good move for white at all. I don't like this move for white at all. I mean, I got 4 minded pieces. I'm up. Yeah, I don't like this at all. At all. And we're not even counting that we could throw in the intermediate check at any time we wanted to, right? Take here first. If he takes here, we could take here. And then it's still mate, by the way. I'm lost on what happened here. So let's see what happened. Oh, okay, yeah. Black just missed mate, guys. He's just missing mate. This is mate every way we look at it. So luckily for Flavio, his opponent missed mate. And why does he have mate? Because he moved this knight and then moved it again instead of letting it stay and protect. And he could have pushed away the knight at any time, but instead of pushing him away, he blocked the bishop. Now there is a mate here. Very interesting. Very interesting. Hey, Sudakus, thank you for the subscription. That's very kind of you. 2 months at tier 1. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very kind. Hey, Sudakus, and greetings to you too. And I saw your lesson tonight with one of our Mayhem players. In fact, I need to update my Nightbot because on my Nightbot, I don't show all 8. Guys, we now have 8 players locked in for our tournament. You're probably curious who they are. Flavio probably can rattle them off, but I'm going to go look them up real quick just so that I can tell you guys who they are. And I know most of them by heart already, but I don't have them all memorized. So I will tell you who the 8 players are. So if you want to start checking them out when you can, that'd be great. They are the Chill Comet, Cole 3 Prit, Cole 3 Prit, Betimbra, Crybaby Carly, Dave Bren Show, Bolt _ Hannah Witter, and ASAP Lena. And Sudaku's had a nice lesson with ASAP Lena today. So we're definitely going to be able to. I need to update my list here because I only show 4. The other 4. Hey, King. Yep. Just good stuff, guys. Good stuff. So this was an interesting game. Flavio pulled it out somehow because his opponent, not only missed checkmate, but dropped his queen. So it is really hard. I am going to tell you guys with my level of experience. Now, I've been doing this for a while, right? He drops the queen. He gets back the queen. He drops that knight, gets that one. Okay, so right now it is actually black is still up a piece, guys. Black is still up a piece after all of this. Black is up a piece, but about to get into some serious trouble. So let's see if black can figure out how to keep from getting, no, black lost on time. Okay, so white obviously also had very long time. And this was a 3+2, which means I shouldn't have looked at it anyway. It was obviously too fast for them to pay attention to things like checkmate. So you guys sometimes, you guys don't, but people ask, you know, they say teacher, they say Tiberian, they say my name, they say, hey, why can't I play blitz? Why can't I play bullet? Isn't bullet and blitz fun? Why? It's good for you, right? It's good for you. I'm showing you a game right here. They play 3+2. At this point in the game, go back here. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Right here, black has 4 seconds. 4 seconds. But if black is a stronger player and knows this, is the Mayhem tournament actually created yet? Chess Wizard, let me get back to you. So if black is strong enough to know that he's got a forced mate in two, this doesn't take me 4 seconds for this first move, guys. Right? Shouldn't take you 4 seconds. And then this shouldn't take you more than like a millisecond. You can pre-move. Guys, you can move this one and pre-move this one. Right? This should be able to be pre-moved. The next move anyway. But because they're playing 3+2, Flavio with 52 seconds makes this blunder. 52 seconds makes a blunder, giving up the game. Black can't do anything about it because he only has 4 seconds and doesn't see it. And he takes the time to take the knight, but he doesn't do the best job of finishing the game. And so we get here and he ends up losing on time. Black is still winning. Black is up a whole piece. White has 43 seconds. This is sloppy game, right? How does he lose the rook? Who lose the rook? How does who lose the rook, Knockhawk? What do you mean lose the rook? Here he's got mate. There's no losing the rook. It's check and mate. Check and mate. So, doesn't who lose a piece after the king moves? Oh, here? Rook to f6 saves the game for black. Rook to f6. Yeah. Oh, you mean afterwards? Yeah, but God, why are we talking about saving the game for black when he has a two-move mate? Okay. Why does he? Why are we talking about it? And he doesn't have to do that with the rook. He could just do this. He could just stop check here. Okay. So yeah. So the point is, at a 3.2 speed, that's ugly chess. That's not good chess. Now, am I saying don't play 3.2? Am I? No, I play 2+1. My club, the Niles District Library Chess Club, we have every Tuesday we play 2+1 Tuesdays. But it's just fun. It's just fun. So again, I'm not telling you not to play this. I'm telling you play it and have fun. Don't get upset if you win or lose. Don't bank your future of chess on playing blitz and bullet. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying that I shouldn't have used it as our example because it's not going to be good play because it's too fast. That's my fault. I picked the game that I shouldn't have picked. That's all I'm saying. So, but I'm using it as an example, as you guys can see. There's a lot to be missed when you are playing that fast. So we don't want that. So Brandon had to remake his stream name, and believe it or not, he did it fast enough that he's already got 194 games under his belt. Brandon, I'm impressed. Good playing. Don't know if you're on stream tonight, but good job, Brandon. One of our regulars in England. I know he's 4 hours difference, so he's probably not. I mean, it's midnight there already for him. I'm tempted to even start earlier sometimes just so Brandon can get in the games a little bit faster. So he's playing 10-0 rated, which I like. I'd still rather be 10-2, 10-3, 10-4, 10-5. Why? Because you don't worry about that last second I lost because I ran out of time and sudden death. At least with 2 or 3 seconds, you can pre-think and move and maybe salvage a game that you played really well, but you ran out of time. Fisher, Bobby Fischer, is the one who came up with this. It was called the Fisher clock. Why? Because of that. He thought games shouldn't end sudden death. He thought you should, at least have a couple earn seconds as you play. Earn seconds as you play. Hey, well, good morning, King. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock at night for me, 6 o'clock in the morning for you. I appreciate you getting up for this. I can't tell you. That's a great compliment, King. I really appreciate it. So Murph, my favorite person for questions. Murph, my man. Hi, how are you? Should we study mating patterns so you see the mate the one hat, black hat, queen hat? Absolutely. Absolutely. Study mating. Study mates. Go to Lead Chess. Go to chess.com. Whatever you use, guys. Go here. Go to puzzles. And in puzzles in here, you go to puzzle themes and you say you could just play all puzzle themes. But if you know you need work, and we all do, and you want to practice mates, look down here. You have checkmate. You have mate in 1. You have mate in 2. You have mate in 3. You have mate in 4. The one we just talked about was a mate in 2. It's going to be there, guys. You look, you're going to find it. It's going to be one of the options available because you need to know your mating patterns. Can't tell you how important that is for you to know because you're going to have the opportunities. You want to be able to spot them and move. So there are some things that you should memorize in chess. There are things that you should study and learn by rote. I believe I believe that one of those would be mating patterns. You want to know how to mate with a queen and a king against a king, how to mate with a rook and a king against a king. You want to know how to mate with, want to know the end games. End games, what we talked about, king and pawn end games. You want to know opposition. You want to know how to win a game when you have one pawn and your opponent has none. You want to know how to draw when your opponent has the one pawn and you have none. These are things you should memorize. These are things you shouldn't have to figure out on the fly. These are things you should learn to memorize and get them down pat. The same thing for mates, right? 1, 2 move mates, you should do that. No, I cannot show you the 2 knights endgame, King. One, because I've not memorized the 2 knights endgame. I have not, and by the way, with 2 knights, you need the opponent to have a pawn. Okay, so there you go. I don't remember how to do it, but I do know if it's possible. I do know that my opponent needs to have a pawn and I need to have 2 knights. Now, if I have some of the pawns, I'm not going to worry about the 2 knights. I'm going to queen a pawn. But if my opponent has a pawn and I have 2 knights, king against king, I have a possible mate. Do I know how to do it? No. But if I'm playing a game and I end up in that situation, then I'm going to not give him a draw because the draw is the best he's going to get no matter what. I'm going to try to mate him. If my opponent does not have a pawn, because I know that much, I'm going to go ahead and offer and accept the draw because, right, if he has no pawn and I have 2 knights, I'm not going to be able to mate him. If I have a knight and bishop, I can mate him. Do I remember how? Again, no. If I got to that situation, all the pawns are gone, and I have a knight and a bishop against a king, I'm going to do my best to figure it out over the board. And if I run out of time, it's still a draw in real chess because he has no mating material. And in real chess, I have 50 moves to try to figure it out. So I'll spend the 50 moves. And if I fail, I will go look it up and maybe learn it. Maybe learn it. Why not do it beforehand? Because I don't really care because it's right. It doesn't happen enough. It doesn't happen enough for me to spend my precious study time. Again, King, you're young. Brandon's young. Chris is young. If you guys want to spend all the time and memorize the bishop and knight checkmate pattern, more power to you. Do it. Come and I'll let you. We'll get on Zoom and you could teach me the bishop and knight. I've learned it once, but I can't remember it. All right. But I should know the basic mates. I should know and I should play Murph. Definitely learn, practice one move mates. Now, the one I showed you in that game, in this game that we were looking, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? And we had a game up here. The game with Flavio had, yeah, you should know that mating pattern. Without a doubt, you should know that mating pattern. So here I see I can say check. He only has this square. The rook still holds the pawn. Now, this is not one that I would memorize, not one I need to memorize. It's not a common mating pattern, but there are common mating patterns, guys. Very common mating patterns you should learn. I actually teach my class using those. So let's go. I'll show you my class material that I use for the mating discussions. So let's see. Is it under my public study? Nope. And so it's probably under my private. It will be not recently updated, but it'll be in there somewhere. Okay, I believe it's this one. All right. So white to move, what do you do here, right? And white to move, what do you do here? Looking for, I did have some mating patterns in here somewhere over that rainbow. So this one really has a mating pattern with a lot of trouble. The queen comes here, and then you get a lot of trouble because you're going to win the game with back rank mates, most likely. Um, Black to move here, it's just winning material, I believe. That's not a mating pattern that I was showing off. This one has some possibilities, but I don't think that one had mating patterns in it specifically either. Okay, white to move here. Do, 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 do. Just a pin, right? And we definitely want to learn skewers and pins, want to focus on skewers and pins. So I would do those also. So as I said, what I'm looking for normally is for study purposes, yes, learn some basic checkmates, the dovetail mate, back rank mate, king, queen, and knight mate, the smothered mate, the mate we just looked at in that actual game. That would be another one we want to look at. Definitely those mates you should know. So went back to, I'm sorry, go all the way back, flying back all the way back to here. This mate is a standard one you guys should know. You check, knight holds the next pawn over. He goes over, you force him over, and it's a mate. You should know that. You should know the bishop and the queen mate, right? You should know, oh, look, this is open. Bishop here, mate. You should know pawn here, queen mate. You should know those. Okay? You definitely should know that. All right? Okay. Yeah, not many people, King, should fall for back rank mate, but it happens, especially the beginner level. And when we're training, we're having our lessons with our beginners that are going to be playing in the Mayhem tournament. I'll guarantee you one of the things we're going to have to cover is making sure they understand back rank mate. And the best way I can tell you about that is play your opening well. When you get to the middle game, as you start transitioning, when you start to look you moving your rooks off the back rank, make sure your king has luft. As long as both rooks are on your back rank, it's very rare that you're going to get a back rank mate, but you're looking for luft. You're looking to prep your king to become ready. Yes, knight and queen combos are very dangerous and very useful. Okay. Wait, Chris, why are you low key now? Because you thought that was a real article about the draws? Um, yes, they do learn back rank mates, King, but they still fall for it and they still miss them. And sometimes they miss them because you sack a queen to get it, right? They don't fall for where they move both rooks off and let you just put a piece back there, but they do miss it sometimes if you can sack. So anyway, I would do that, Murph. I would definitely work on those also. So Murph asked me another good question via email, and I told him I'd probably bring it up today, and I'm going to bring it up. So Murph asked a great question. He says, I've been working really hard. I think I'm improving. My rating is climbing. How do I know if I'm getting better? I mean, that's a fair question, right? How do you know? How do you know if you're getting better? I mean, that should be a fair looking question. Let's look at our full screen and let me fix my full screen so we're actually pointing at the right screen. It'll only take me a moment. I'm getting so much better at this. It'd be better if I already had it prepped. So we look at Murph and look, this is one of the nice ways, and chess.com I'm sure has a comparable thing, where you could see your improvement over time. And we keep telling you on random correspondence. Murph has played 0 bullet games. And you guys should obviously know that I don't care. I'm just happy that he hasn't played any bullet games because I don't care. Again, play them, they're fun, but I don't care that he hasn't. He has played some blitz games, and some of those are going to be time increment ones, so where he actually had time. But look, his rapid rating is up to, make sure you can see that. His rapid rating is up to 1405, guys. 1405. Very nice. And if we click on rapid, we get to see just the chart for his rapid rating. And so he asked, how do I know if I'm getting better? This is one of the best ways, and why I really push my students to play every game they play rated. Never ask for takebacks, never resign, play the game out. Don't walk away. Play the game like you're serious, and the results matter to you. If you want to play casual games, do that, but then don't worry about focusing so hard on those. Right, those can be just fun. Or just go play bullet. Just go play blitz. We don't care. But pick a speed that works for you. Rapid is the fastest I want you to pick. Classical's great. Correspondence is great. He's 1783 and not a temporary rating, guys. That's his full time rating. 1783 he is for correspondence. Excellent. Excellent. And Murph is getting good. And then Murph says many of those wins is because of what we love, free candy. But guys, I will tell you, back here, or when Murph was maybe not doing as well, right, in October 2020, right down here, as low was way down here, as low was on March 1st, 2021. And now he's been looking like this. If this was a stock, I'd be investing. I would have wanted to invest when he was back here, but I'd still invest because his trend is looking really nice, guys. And why? Because he says, well, a lot of them is free candy. But Murph, you are identifying, noticing, and taking that free candy. You're taking what you can and giving nothing back because you're not giving away free candy. So that's the name of the game for the beginners. And I told you you'd be able to get. I told Janet, right? She's going to get to 1200 if she just stops giving away free candy and taking it when it's offered. Guys, that's all it requires to get up to like 1200. Now, you want to be better than that. And that's why we study these tactics and things we're talking about over here above my head. That's why we think about these things also, right? We want to do even better. So we try to study even more things than um, just not free candy. Free candy is very important, but not just that. So what is correspondence? Correspondence is when you can make, I think it's a move a day, a move every other day, right? I don't know all the time limits that fall under correspondence, but actually, if you just look at correspondence, 1 or several days per move is what it says. 1 or several days per move. So you can, right? Pretty straightforward. You get a lot of time. No rush. Analyze it, think it out. Now, there is actual real life correspondence in real life correspondence, and used to play it on postcards. I think now you can do it via email, but they even have championships. There's the International Correspondence Chess Championships, ICCC. But I tell you what, correspondence, you're allowed to use books. You're allowed to open up an opening book and read through it and study and pick a line and play through it. That's legal in correspondence chess. You I don't know if you could do it. I mean, you could definitely do it online. If it's like real life correspondence chess, you would. And the idea is that those people are looking for novelties. Those are the people that are going to come up with, hey, on move 12 of the Sicilian Accelerated Dragon, H3, play that move. Look what happens. They're going to go find these little nuances that even grandmasters would be like, ooh, give me that, to learn from, because they are taking all the time in the world. They can look at every game that's ever been played. They could try out whatever they want. Okay? All right. Yeah, pre-moves kill you, Dolo Bender. Anyway, pre-moves and mouse slips. So one of the things I'm going to be talking about Sudokus about, and I should read more of my chat. One of the things about Sudokus that I'm going to be working on, since he's going to be getting ready for the Open, for the U.S. Open in Las Vegas is we're gonna have to start doing where he doesn't like touch pieces and nah, because you can't touch a piece in real life. You touch it, you got to move it, right? Okay, you touch it, you move it. So yeah, it's going to be a different life experience, right? He's done it before, so he knows. But just in real life is really tough. Now he's getting that super duper chessboard that he's going to hook up through Wi-Fi, and when we make a move against him, if you're playing him online, it'll actually move the piece for him, right? Magnets, whatever. It'll move the piece on the board. Remember those kind of boards that used to do that with the computer? You plug it in. Well, now you can plug it in through Wi-Fi, and when he makes a move, it'll make it on your board that you're looking at, the picture that you're looking at. So that'll be pretty cool. And when he does that, of course, you'll have to play touch move. And I love in the Beth Harmon Queen's Gambit movie where she goes to her very first tournament. She's like better than everybody there. She beats everybody there, including the previous U.S. Open champ. Right? Yeah. Okay. But it's her first tournament ever. She's unrated, never played. The guys running the tournament laugh at her because they're like, oh, you're unrated. Yeah, you'll be lucky if you get one win in. Don't worry about it. And she's like, I want to play the best players. What are you talking about? No, you should go play in the unrated section because you're gonna, you're probably you might do okay down there. No, I want to play the best. Okay, play in the unrated tournament. Go ahead, we'll put you in the open. And they put her in the open, and she sits down with the first player, and they matched up girls against girls, and she's like, and they're by the water, by the coffee machine, and the water, they're not even in a quiet spot. And the girl says, well. Do you have a clock? No. Okay. Well, we can use my clock. You have. And she goes, "What's a clock?" So she has to. The girl teaches her how to use the clock. The girl tells her she has to write down her moves, keep score. By the way, my students in real life, that's like day one. We learn how to keep score. And then she then she tells her that she has to play touch move. She didn't know any of those rules because the people she had played with don't play tournaments, right? Some do. When she did her little high school demonstration simultaneous, but nobody thought about teaching her touch move, I guess. And that really happens, right? People show up for the first time in a tournament and they don't know what touch move is. I remember still, not even my first tournament, but a later tournament where I sat down against a young man, and he was a teenager, and we're playing the game, and about four moves in, I look over and I say, "What's in your lap?" You're not supposed to talk to your opponents, but I couldn't help it. Oh, my book. So you can't use a book to find your moves, right? He had a book on whatever opening he was playing, and he was follow. He'd go flip through the page. Okay, he moved that. I'm supposed to do that. Yeah, in real life, and I had to tell him you can't use a book. And this was way before cell phones, guys. I'm old. This was way before cell phones. But yeah, he was just using a good old, nice book in his lap, figure out his moves. So, so anyway, great, Dola Bender. Again, happy to help you get ready for that. I love getting people ready for real tournaments. It is different though. It is different. A lot of things are different. Oh yeah, I beat him easily, Chris. Yeah, because he didn't know how to. I mean, he was using a book. He didn't know the openings. But so back to study. Yes, Murph. So how do you know if you are getting better? That was the question that I started with, and we have about 6 minutes before the tournament starts. So how do you know if you're getting better? Rating. Your rating does give you an insight, but also you'll know you're not giving away free candy anymore. You're not falling for two move mates. You're making two move mates. You are finding tactics. You are making some artistic games. You will know. You will know. And we'll know. Other people will tell you. But your rating is a great way to see that. I mean, no matter what else happens, your rating, especially if you've been playing steady and playing real players, you'll do that. What I mean by real players is, you could get to be 2,000 rated, guys. Every one of you could get to be 2,000 rated if you just go find somebody weak enough but high enough that you could beat them every game and steal like 2, 3, 4 points until infinitum. And then if they always give you at least 1 point, you could keep playing them, and you could get to 2,000 and still be 1,400 strength, right? Yeah. Okay, so that kind of thing doesn't happen in over the board because, right, you can't do a private match. You have to have a director, you have to have somebody oversee it, and they don't let you do matches with people of certain rating differences. Like Chess Wizard is like under 1,000 over the board, which now he should be able to get way over that. But before COVID came, he was under 1,000, and I'm at 1958. I cannot play a private match with him. They'd be like, no, what are you talking about? No, you can't do a private match with. Um, oh, good. Oh, yeah, I will accept him. I don't see him actually listed yet that he's asking. So I believe you, but it's not showing up yet, showing me that he needs to join the team. But here's that again. And don't forget, we do have our tournament tonight. So join the team and sign up for the tournament. We have about 4 minutes now. So what do I want you to work on tonight, though we didn't get to go over too much, is when you're finished development, when you're finished the opening and you're trying to figure out what to do. This is, to me, one of the most common questions I have for beginners once they start doing what they're supposed to in the opening, right? No free candy, develop, 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 king safety, and a fought for the center. And then they're like, okay, but I'm fully developed. What do I do now? This is what we do now. This is the transition from opening to middle game. And like I said, it should be familiar. So one, we're going to improve our pieces. And we can improve our pieces easier if we find opponents' weaknesses or targets on the opponent's side. Always looking for tactics, always looking for checks, always looking for opportunities. But find weaknesses in their position, find targets in their positions, improve your pieces so they're better placed. Knights are great pieces to improve position. Why? Because you can look and say, where can I put my knight? Where would be a good square for my knight? Right? Anywhere on the board. You could just say, I'd like my knight to be here. So then I can look and say, how can I can get my knight here and then their next move. Right? So, and yeah, I know it's not right now, but you get the idea that you could say, I just want my knight here, 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 wherever I want my knight. I can go backwards from there and say, can I get, oh yeah, okay, I could get there. Now let me see. And you can make it happen. Okay. So fun stuff. You can do that. Feel free to work through that. So by the way, anytime you get this beautiful pin, this knight has no check. You get this beautiful pin. What do, guys? You want to attack it with a pawn. You got to be a little careful because then he gets a check. And then when your king moves, he does get a check. But still, this pin is so, so powerful. So powerful. So he attacks it right away. That's two pieces. And black abandons the knight. All right, this game doesn't last too long, though, so let's see what happens. Oh, dropped the queen. All right, so white resigned once he realized he dropped his queen. And Murph, yes, free candy, Murph. So, yeah, people, yeah, you don't make those free candy mistakes anymore, hopefully. At this point, Murph has three minor pieces, so does his opponent, but his is pinned very badly, Murph. So we would want to avoid this situation at all costs in the future, which, yeah, we really want to avoid that situation. So here, when he castles, you don't have to go into that situation because this knight can move. This knight has freedom of movement. You don't have to go here. You don't have to take yet. Yet. You don't have to take yet. You can move away. You can move away. I can't move there. You can actually come all the way home if you want to. You could go there. It's just scary as all get out, but it's playable. But yeah, I'm not crazy about the situation. We'd look at this and figure out how you got into the situation and probably, hopefully, do better. All right, let me go to the tournament just to prep for that, guys. So as always, I have a tournament set up for you. Actually, it'll be starting like in 1 minute, if not sooner. One joining request, Half Blood Hero, he's in. All right, is that who you're telling me about, Half Blood Hero? Because if he is, he's in. And we have 1 minute and 9 seconds. All right, so again, join the tournament. You're going to play games. What do I want you to focus on? Improving your pieces, finding weaknesses, finding targets. Play steady. I gave you a 5+3, so it's a little quick, guys. It's blitz. It's not rapid. It's blitz. So it's not going to be as clean, but I try to get you a lot of games. So what I want you to do, if you follow the principles we've taught before, which is no free candy, develop your pieces, control the center, king safety. If you do those things, you could get through the opening first 10, 12 moves way fast, right? Very fast. Just pay attention. If they throw something like a gambit, you'll have to take more time. But if they then you have time to develop solid. Develop solid, and then after you develop solid, this is what we're going to work on: finding weaknesses, finding targets, going from there. All right, so we're going to pull up some games, and we're going to see who's playing, see how the tournament goes. We have 6 lined up, and I still don't see Half Blood Hero, so hopefully he'll join, and we'll get some games lined up. So our top game so far is G Dot and Flavio. G Dot and Flavio, they're playing, so we're taking a look at that game, and we'll see hopefully good development. And we're looking to see after development when they get out of the opening if they do a good job. We're hoping they do a good job of transitioning to the middle game. And then, of course, we'd like to see a transition to the end game if that turns out to be hopeful also. That back a little. Just fussing with my board. Streaming is fun. You always adjusting because sometimes you use your computer for other things. Again, we have the Mayhem tournament coming up. Just a reminder. In fact, I'm going to fix my Nightbot with the other names right now while we watch this game. We're just watching the top game, Flavio and G Dot. And G Dot just had a lesson. This game is faster than what he has to do per the lesson, but we're there. We'll see how he does. All right, guys. Hopefully it's going well. Like I said, I gotta update my Mayhem. All the players now that I know who's playing. Ba 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Ooh, yes, having another play. I'll get to. I'm just so excited. This is going to be such a fun tournament, and I'm hoping all the lessons go really well. I hope everything goes really well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got one more to add to the list. Is it Bolt? Oh, okay, I'm just missing Bolt. So Bolt and ASAP Lena were online tonight, so it was kind of fun seeing um, 2 of them. Who else did I see online? Hannah Witter. So yeah, I saw 3 of our players online tonight. That was kind of cool. All right, so I finished updating this, and I can hide that now. And I can put that out there again. So if you guys are not playing, some of you are not playing in the tournament, that is fine, of course. If you want to play, let me know. Hey, Brandon. But if you're not playing and you have questions about this game or any game or just about chess, please ask away because we're watching games, prepping this for Wednesday. So meantime, happy to answer questions. We are learning about transitioning from opening to middle game. We already did middle game to end game. We worked our way back. We did end games, transitioning to that end game. Now we're doing transitioning to middle game. And then maybe in the next couple of weeks, we'll spend either some more time on end games or we'll dabble in some middle game play. We might even start talking about openings, analyzing openings, but learning how to play openings, not memorizing opening lines, but learning how to play openings. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Good job. And a rapid tourney is a great way for you to get games. G Dot, that's a good way for you to get your one game is to go play in a rapid tourney. I know Lichess has multiple rapid tournaments every hour. I think they have a rapid tournament. You can play in a rapid tournament. By the way, you do not have to play in the whole tournament. So you can play for an hour, 2 hours, and then drop out. So you do not have to play the whole time. Okay, just something for you to think about. You could get in those tournament games. So interesting opportunities here for Flavio, and they both developed pretty nice. So it's a time when they should be thinking about: do I have targets? Right? Do I have targets? Do I have weak points from my opponent that I can attack? Can I take advantage of any weak points? This is going to be a fun game. Shouldn't fear it too much. Just play on through. I'm going to bring up another board so that we can see more games. I can flip between them. I like to be able to flip between my tournaments, games, I mean. So let's see who else is playing. Dolo Bender and Chess Wizard. Oh my goodness. Oh, this game is already getting wild and woolly. Let's see. 4 minor pieces, 3 minor pieces. We're now at 3 minor pieces each. And interesting pawn structures going on. Let's see. 2 pawn islands for black, 2 pawn islands for white. We have a semi-open file. We have a semi-open file. We have a knight on the rim is looking kind of grim. But this bishop has some scope, but it hasn't been developed yet. This bishop is the happy bishop. This bishop is the sad bishop. This one is pretty good. Knight is hanging. Don't know if he's paying attention. Yep, yep. No, I'll say he was not paying attention because that just fell, right? You figure if it fell, he wasn't paying attention. Is my guess. So forgot that was a little loose, little loosey goosey. Had a lot of pieces on him though. It made it tough. Had to see that though. And he said he's having a bad day today. So I'm going to believe him. And then we have King and Chris, and they're already into the end game. And Chris is rocking. Chris has black. Chris is rocking today. Oh my goodness. All right. King, you better watch out. He's been studying. I'm getting the feeling Chris has been studying. So this should be pretty, we can't go there, but we can go here. We can go here. And yeah, this shouldn't take too many more moves. And he has no chance for stalemate because of that. Excellent job. Good finish there. Good game, guys. Good game. Good finish, Chris. Did not stumble, did not fall. So I know that Chess Wizard knows not to give up because he loses a piece. I love this about Chess Wizard. I love it about many of my students. Chess Wizard is very solid on that. He will not give up because he drops a piece. He's like, nope, my opponent might give me back that piece. My opponent may make mistakes. I'm going to stay in it to win it and give myself a chance to do so. So I like the fact that I have confidence he's not going to give up. Okay, so that's the good news. He won't give up. Now we have to see if he can figure out what to do in these situations. It's hard. It's hard to come back. All right, G Dot's game. Let's go take a look at that one. And they're getting a little low on time, but the nicety is, they do have that 3-second increment. Probably 5 plus 5 would have been a little nicer of me, but I want to see if we could get a lot of games in, and you have to balance it, right? We want to be able to get a solid opening. All I need is a solid opening for the transition phase for us to use it. We don't have to worry about if, they got lost in the middle game or in the early end game. I'm not worried about that. Looks like G Dot lost his queen. So, and I don't see that he got really any compensation for it. No, it looks like he lost a queen and a minor piece. So, yeah, this is going to be really hard for G Dot, but that's, again, like I told you, I know one of my students does not give up when he's behind material. So hopefully G Dot won't. That's painful though. That can be extremely painful, guys. But I like it that he's playing it out. Again, that's too fast for G Dot, I believe. I believe G Dot, like most of us, need a little more time to find the best moves. Chess Wizard is putting up a fight. I gotta love it. Didn't want it. Yeah. You don't want it, I'll save it, right? That's the idea. You don't want it, I'll save it. Wow, look at that. Look at those. So busy. Ace. Why not? Got to be active, guys. Got to be active. Got to be active. Yep, knew that was coming. Got to be active, guys. He's putting up a fight. You got to love his fight. I do. That was also threatened. Now he has mistake. Hopefully he does this one. He can't afford. He only has one. Yeah, when you only have one, you can't afford this. Now he's getting pushed back. So I would have liked this one better probably, but maybe he was worried about this push and then trapping him. Remember, draw would be fine. You're down a low minor piece. Don't be shy about taking a draw, guys. Just sidestep, get out of the way. I don't know. Sometimes we think we think yeah, we can't give a draw. No, I just don't want you to ever resign. I didn't say don't accept a draw. A lot of times a draw is the best you should get out of a game if that's the situation. Kind of like that personally. And we get that. Interesting. That allows this. I think he may have been better off right away because that drops that. I don't want to say what I'm thinking because we don't want to give any hints to either side. Didn't have to do that. Should have ignored it. Should have ignored it. His opponent might not have noticed and actually have taken it. You never know. Again, we don't know, right? People make mistakes, guys. People make mistakes. It was a good move. One or the other. He has to get him into the game. Now, big questions, right? Ooh, yeah. Well, why we allowed that? Don't know why we allowed that, guy. And this is the only one you have to worry about. I think that was a mistake. I think he had to just admit that he shouldn't have left and stayed. I liked him better this way, and then this could have been free to go. Or you could just actually take this way. I actually would have liked that better, I think, because that would have not forced a trade, but would have been more forcing. Yep, this is getting a lot harder. A lot harder than we would have hoped for it to be. Gonna get this or this, and he can't go to here. And now he can't go to here. Again, he should just get rid of it all or go for this one. Either one, he should be able to clean that up. Let's see what's else is going on. Secondary games, new game started. This game is way in already. Flavio and Chris. King or Krish. Let's see how this one's going. Good. Everything is good here. I'm not crazy about the queen being out so early, and this bishop is unhappy, but he does work the bishop out into the game, so everything is fine. We got to talk about stopping pawn storms and worrying about pawn storms and giving away free pawns. Yeah, and free queens. Okay. All right, that's a shame. And he did resign soon after that. All right, Brandon and Flavio. Brandon, you're up. Don't forget to play. Half-Blood, Hero, and G Dot. All right. All right, let's see how this game is flowing so far. Half-Blood Hero is one of my youth student players. Okay, and I don't know if you guys know it, but you should know it. I don't like this. Why? This guy's so sad. He's sad. He's just sad. He doesn't like it. I don't blame him. He feels very put off. Feels out of play. He feels like nobody loves him. A nice threat here because if he takes, he gets this one. He moves him. He gets this one. So that is the threat, guys. The threat is here. What do you do about it? Work. You could just take. You could take here with. Yeah. You take there with that, guys, and you're winning. So let's see if G dot takes his time and finds the right answer. I should join the tournament. We making mistakes here, G dot. G dot, you had it. Now you can still put the question to him because this guy is unprotected. By the way, this is free candy, but this is much more valuable free candy. Uh, no, King, I can't analyze. I might analyze it on Wednesday though. So I'll take a look at it for Wednesday because Wednesday's when I analyze the games. I'm not analyzing the games on the fly. We are looking at them, but I'm not analyzing. Brandon, why do you say I should join the tourney? Yeah, no, he's not one of my students. That's true. That's true, Chess Wizard. He's related to some of my students that aren't in the class this semester. Yeah, technically he's not one of my students. You're right. You have an even number, Chris. Brandon, you have 8, so I'm not going to play. I don't play when you guys have an even number. Let's go back to this game. So, yep, good. He put the question to it, and this doesn't really stop anything. But yeah, Black had a better choice. He could have taken that one, and then he would have been threatening. The queen would have had to move over, keep from being lost, and then he would have won this one too. So just going back to that real quick, guys, it's very important for you to stop now and smell the coffee and decide what can I do. You could take here, check. Queen is going to fall. So since the queen is going to fall, you do this, but then you would just take it. So that doesn't do any good. Queen is here now. He has to use the queen to block because otherwise he would just lose the queen, right? So then queen could take the knight and you're still threatening the rook and you have a free piece. And I don't know what that was. I have no clue what that's about. What are we doing that for? G dot. I mean, I feel like we didn't have a lesson the other day. I don't understand. Take the free candy, and you're still threatening the discover check is still there. Discovered attack. I don't get it. I don't know what that one is. Just take take. Why didn't we take the free candy? And now we have free candy again with check. Takes that time, good. And yeah, but we gave back the bishop. Ah, nice, but right, he has to just go in front. Guys, he has to go in front. Can't go there. Yep, he has to go there. Then you could take there. Then you can take one more so that you gain some more material, but you're ahead a lot of pawns. Are you ahead pawns? 4, 6 you'll have versus 6. Actually, they're equal, but he'll have isolated pawn, and double pawn. So now you're definitely transitioning from the middle game to the end game. You need to get him active. You need to get your rooks connected. You need to find targets. Found his first target, and he can't protect it with a pawn. Can't protect it with a pawn. Can't protect it with a rook. That was a good find on the first target. White can counter, try to hit that target. You take here. You can. You're under attack, so you can move here. You can move there. Okay, pushes. Hey, pawns like to be pushed, but it's not a passed pawn. Not a passed pawn. So he should just take the free candy. Then he's got a beautiful place to blockade that pawn with his knight. The pawn's not going to go anywhere. And he could double up, get his rooks out here on the open file. Life is good. White's chances are that he could double up quickly over here. All right. Interesting. Interesting. King and Chris are playing. Let's see how they're doing. Let's see. 3 minor pieces, 3 minor pieces. Chris has all but 1 pawn. And King is down a pawn. So king is down a pawn, but otherwise the game is very equal. Very quiet, very equal. 2 bishops versus 2 knights and a bishop. But look at that sad piece. Look at that sad crying piece. That piece isn't in the game. My goodness, that piece is so not in the game. All right, let me read some chat to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, got him. Okay, no individual challenge or 8 player. Why do you need to know his rating, King? Sorry, that's a real old message. But anyway, what's happening? Not much. Could you explain the Mayhem tournament to me? It's going to be on Lichess. Yes, Chess Wizard. I love talking about the Mayhem tournament. So, Sudakus and I thought it'd be really neat to hold a tournament for beginning streamers, beginning chess streamers. So, what we're set up is something like a March Madness tournament. So, March Madness, it's single elimination, field of 64, right? Type tournament. Okay. So, we wanted to do that idea and we wanted it to be fun. What else was I thinking? Okay, so anyway, so we looked at a single limb tournament. We want to eventually get to a field of 64 with streamers and viewers next year, maybe. This year, we're trying out a pilot, then we'll probably retest it again if it goes well. If it's a terrible failure, we might tweak and try again, or we might say, okay, that wasn't worth it. But anyway, we're trying a pilot with 8 players only, 8 streamers. A nice choice, Chris. We're playing with 8 streamers only, and we're going to see if we can get. They're 8 chess streamers. They don't have to be exclusively chess, but chess has to be a game they do stream. So it'll be 8 streamers. We already have the 8. I've listed them. It's going to be kind of a single limit. Like again, when we do the 64, it'll be single limit. But this, we're actually going to let them play it out to see if they get what position they get. So even if I watch. So even if they get one loss, they get to play again, but they're going to get to. Ooh, I'm just watching this game. Sorry, I'm fascinated. Chris was working really hard to try to trap the bishop, but he's missing some of the counterplay that white gets. But it looks like he still found a way to possibly trap the bishop. So it's very exciting to see if he can do so. But this is his problem. And we'll see if King, yep, King noticed. King noticed. And now he's in big trouble because he might get mated. And look who's still extremely sad. Look at that sad piece. That piece is so sad. So I feel bad for that piece. I really do. This was nice. He found at least a way to get not to lose all of his, right? He was going to be down a piece for nothing. So he got back. It looks like he's going to get back. Looks like necessarily. Well, it looks like he might get the piece back. Anyway, so it'll be what we're going to do is the very first day, we have the 8 players play one game each. So we'll have 4 winners in the winners bracket. Only one game, by the way. We're not doing best of 3. We're not doing best of 4. None of that. We're doing single game. One game. That's it. If they draw, then we have another game at a faster time speed. So the attempt is to do just one game. Okay. So we'll have 4 winners, 4 losers the first day. So the second day, we're going to have the consolation or the 5th through 8th seeds figured out. And I think he should have just, I know he should have went here. That was where Chris should have went. Chris should have went there, and that way he would have gotten that going. He would have had it. He would have been in good shape, guys. And it would have protected the pawn. He would have protected his knight. Just, I don't know why he went up. He should have went there. That was the move right there, guys. Anyway, so the 5th through 8th on the second day, we'll finish it. So whoever came in 5th will play whoever came in 7th so far. Whoever came by rating. Whoever came in 6th will play whoever came in 8th by rating. The winners play each other for 5th and 6th place. The losers play each other for 7th and 8th. So day 1, everybody plays one game. Day 2, the ones that lost the first day will play 2 games each, and we'll have 5th through 8th figured out. Day 3, we're going to have the semifinals, where the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th finishes play to figure out where they land. And then day 4, right? We play one game then, so then we'll have two losses and 2 winners. And the next day, the last day, the 2 losers will play each other. Not losers, but the 2 that lost will play each other for 3rd and 4th place, and the others will play each other for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. I mean, 1st and 2nd place for the championship. but it's a single game. None of this best of anything, and it's 10 plus 5. So it's enough time that they can play good chess. 10 plus 5. Basically a rapid game, 15-minute game. All right, so that's the Mayhem tournament. The main ones are daily. Yep. Tournaments are so cool as you get to play against people you never play normally. Yep, I agree. Good. You joined the tournament. Please analyze. I told you I can't do that right now. See. It'll be cool for me to play. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks. I do like playing with you guys, but I really do think you learn more playing each other. You really do. And I can watch and commentate on your games. And I need practice commentating for the Mayhem tournament. But otherwise, I mean, I do love playing with you guys. And I try to do that Fridays. And so maybe Friday, instead of just playing each individual, we can always do a tournament just like this one on Friday, and I'll just play. I see. I've been thinking lately if maybe an uneven number of people is better because a lot of the time the two people in the waiting room just play their game so they don't get paired. I don't know which one is better. Yeah, it depends on the speed. Depends on how fast you're playing. Depends on how fast you're playing. Very good, Dolabander. That was a good mate in two, right? Only three inaccuracies. Oh, wow. Okay, the computer still gave him inaccuracies, and cheating means that he was using a computer, so he still had inaccuracies. Kind of humorous. Let's see. See, Chris is still fighting it out, giving it a good battle. Trying to find ways to stay alive. Clock is running for both. Still can't go there. Man. Oh, I like that though. Like that though. Still like that. Just to keep him from moving around. And that frees up this to keep this. Oh, I like that a lot. Right there. Remember, a draw. Chris should be fine with a draw, guys. He's down a piece. Do not be worried. Do not be afraid to get a draw. Draws are good things. Draws are good things, especially in an equal game. It means you played well and you played equal. Let's see what other games going on. Just Wizard and Brandon are still going at it. Just Wizard's having a bad day. I'm almost scared to look at his game. But you're right, Chess Wizard. I do know Half Blood Hero. He's playing a lot of our club tournaments, but you're right. He's not one of my students. And sometimes I watch his play and I say, yeah, he's definitely not one of my students because he doesn't play the way I teach. So yeah, I should remember that. Let's see what happens in this game though, because what did he? Ah, he. Yeah, I'm thinking. Oh, it was so much better, right? This keeps. I mean, you have the opposition guys. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I think he can't afford to do that. I'm surprised he's doing. Yeah, he had a beautiful position. I think he had. I think he had nice chances to annoy his opponent. He had that, and then that, and then that. Oh yeah, yep, yep. I don't like the way he went about that. Oh well, I will. Yep. And now he's got what? Oh, a lot here instead. At least that way you can move. If he's here, he can move, right? Look, he could be harassing his opponent, which he can't do from where he's at. Just back up. Activate it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You need it to be active. Give yourself some chances, guys. You got to be active. You need your rooks and kings need to be active in the end game. We've said it before. We meant it when we said it. We still mean it. Got to be active in the end game. Chance. Didn't like that, I guess. Nothing wrong with this, by the way. But this does get to stop everything, and then we get an active piece again. Telling you, activity. That's probably what he's worried about. No, no, you can't go. You gotta go here. Oh, I guess you can't go. Eh, could have won 2 pieces for it. But yeah. Ah! Time pressure. Thunder time made it easier. Kept the rook for checks. It would have been easier to give him hassles. And now they're going to get time back, and it's going to be easy. All right, go see another game. See how the Chess Wizard and Brandon game. UK United States competition. Chess Wizard is having a bad day. Brandon's been playing well, and Brandon's up a minor piece. And again, one thing I will tell you, I know Chess Wizard will not give up. So you got to love that. I do anyway. You don't have to. I do. Okay, stopping this one. Still has this one if you can't go there, can't up or block, but black should be happy to trade. Now this one's weak. Needs to find a way to protect it. That'll work, and that'll work too. He's fighting. Hey, I love his fight. And he's got a pass pawn. Always have hope. A pass pawn means hope. Okay? If you have a pass pawn, you can always have. You're using your signature F4 move. I'm gonna have to check. Maybe it's the game I'm looking at right now, because if this is your signature F4 game where you're down a piece, or what? Yeah, you got 3 pawns. You got 3 pawns. You're equal. Technically, you're equal. You got 3 pawns for a piece. It'd be nice if they were all connected, but you got 3 pairs of connected pawns. You got good chances here, buddy. You're doing fine. You're in this game. You're in this game. Just can't blunder now. Got to pay attention. There you go. Cannot give away free candy at this stage. Cannot afford to it. Yep, that was almost inevitable. This is forced. I don't know. We're wasting precious seconds, Chess Wizard. I don't know what the contemplation is. That doesn't work either. Does it? But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It holds everything. Holds everything. Yeah, but this just holds it. So basically, we gave up a pawn for nothing. We were a pawn. We were 2 pawns, 3 pawns for a bishop. Now we're 2 pawns for a bishop. So I think, yeah, I think that was a mistake. I think it was just push. Push. You were good. You don't want to give up the pawns. You gave up one of your magic pawns. Now we're almost forcing him to go here. Almost forced him to go there, guys. King can never get over there. It's just a nice square for the bishop. Like it's a nice square for a knight. Black just has to play solid. That's even playable. That's playable too. Yep, and this holds everything. Push this one, he takes, and he still holds back to this square, and the king is going to should get here pretty quick. And he should get there, gets the opposition. One pawn, needed to get this pawn so you can have another pass pawn. Do you see that, guys? Remember, endgames. Endgames, guys. Push here. Then you could push there. Push here, he takes. You push here, you at least get another pass pawn, give your opponent problems. Now he has no pass pawns. Because both these are backward. Pawn can't push now. No potential pass pawns. He pushed the wrong pawn. Potential pawn has to lead. Yeah. Good try. Good game. He fought pretty well. Oh, you having a bad day too, King? Wow, and three. That's okay. That's okay. Kind of you need it to balance out. To know how good you really are, like Murph asked, it takes time. It's over time. You need to say that, oh, I've played like 300 games at this rating. I'm really this rating. Because, yeah, you'll win. You'll have like streaks where you win like 5 games, 6 games in a row, and then you'll lose 3 or 4 or 6 games in a row because, you're not really, you don't know what your rating really is. You don't know how strong you really are yet. So Flavio's still doing the best so far. He's sitting out this round. He's in between rounds, waiting. G Dot and Dolo Bender. Oh, Leonard joined. Oh, excellent. Up to 9 players. Leonard. So now you're at 9 players. I could play, although Chess Wizard told me that it's actually he likes an odd number, but I'll jump in now because it's an odd number. I'll jump in for a little while, just for a little while. See how we do. I don't even know where I am on the rating list. Am I going to be like? Oh no, I'm still in there. Okay. Yeah, 15, 16 games in a row. That's part of it, right? Oh, Chess Wizard, there you go. You said you thought odd numbers were better, and here I am playing you. It's not an odd number. Funny. Will he give me the fried liver? He says no. Give me the fried liver. Okay. I said I was going to try to start playing where I don't touch a piece before I'm ready to move. It's a habit I've gotten into just recently, which is a bad habit, and so I'm going to try to avoid touching my mouse until I know what I want to do. Now, I do, because I'm streaming, I do want to draw arrows and tell you what I'm thinking. But otherwise, I want to try not to hit the left mouse button unless I'm actually ready to move a piece, because that's just bad. Now, I am playing very fast. It is 5+3. It is Blitz. So I'm allowed to play faster. Like I said, sometimes I play too fast. I'm thinking I like that just for fun anyway. So we're going to do that for. Oh, questions, questions, questions. Let's go with an imbalance. Hey, Teal. Yeah, it's my Spider-Man day. I had Batman on the other day and Superman the day before that. You got to keep up, man. We keep mixing and matching here, so you got to keep up. It's Spider-Man day. Spider-Man day. That's where he's having a bad day, but you know what? He almost always plays really good against me, but now he looks like he's trying to give away free candy a little bit. So he's surprising me here. He is having a bad day, and this is just like proving it that he's having a bad day. Oh, which way? Which way? Which? So here the major question is: do I want to get rid of a bishop or do I want to get rid of a knight? If I get rid of the bishop, he fixes his pawns. That's one consideration. And he gets to take back with the pawn. If I take the other way, he gets to take back with the queen. And just the question is, which one do I want to get rid of? I don't know if I'm getting rid of the right, but we're going to get rid of that one. And he does take back with the queen, which gives me an opportunity now to develop bishop with tempo, which we like enough to do. So I'm not even going to hesitate. We're just going to develop with tempo. Okay. Feels like there's weaknesses here. Feels like I can get triple pawns here. I need to think a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. That one's sort of hanging. I don't need it to be. I can push here. Protect that pawn. Let's just do that. Also protects this pawn. All right, trying to remember to. Hey, Teal, you can play in our tournament. We still have like 20 minutes left. So happy to have you join if you want. I think you're already a member of the team. If not, this is all you have to do to join the team and play. It's on Lichess. If you don't have an account, you can always get a free one. Everything is free. Actually, it's always free. There is no payment for it ever. It's really cool. You can donate money if you want. All right. If we push here, he takes, I take, could take here, and then I have to respond. I'm not crazy about that. Don't need that. Don't mind repositioning and coming here. I kind of like there. Don't like here. I don't. Oh, but here has this square, which may be nice for the future. Also, I like that he's unprotected sitting here. I like that square. So okay, we're gonna try this again. I don't mind trying stuff because it's blitz. To me, blitz isn't my serious time. I try different things. What does developing with tempo mean? Hey, Fork, how you doing? Yes, totally can explain that. When you develop with an attack that your opponent then has to respond to, it's with tempo. One of the reasons we don't want you to bring your queen out early is because your opponent gets to develop a piece, usually while chasing your queen around the board, which means he's developing with tempo, gaining time because your queen has to move. So he developed, you can move your queen, he gets to develop another piece. So he got to develop two pieces usually while you're still repositioning your queen. Okay, so that's developing with tempo. And so, yeah, we don't want to, we try never to let our opponents develop with tempo because it just gives them speed of development. And the game, remember, the name of the game is develop with speed, right? Develop with tempo. We want to develop with tempo. All right, we're going to go here. I didn't have too many choices here, here. That doesn't work. Yes, two. I didn't have to think too hard. I just had to pick a square. All right, so here's interesting. I can't get that one in, although it would have been nice, but I can't. This is still looking tasty. Would like this eventually. This is going to be pretty slow, and it's not a mate threat at all. It's just a check. So I'm not really worried about that either. So I think it's time to try to do this so that we could start threatening here, here, right? Break this up a little bit, but I'm not as worried because it's doubled. Wow, that's loud. Sorry, guys, dropped my bottle. Loud bottle, loud, loud, loud bottle. All right, do we want to take? If I don't take, he gets to take eventually. If I see anything better that I want to do to hurt him, kind of nice, but then he gets here, so that doesn't work. I don't place good to go with the rest of my at the moment. Really want to get in there eventually. All right, so we're just going to take. Rook holds that. I have an isolated pawn. He's isolated double pawns. Let's see what else we got going here, guys. Three pawns, three pawns. He's actually up two pawns. Wowzers. But I'm up a piece, right? I'm up a piece. He's up two pawns. So he's got a piece for two pawns. Doing well, been missing the stream. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Work, yeah. Um, you're welcome. You're welcome very much. That's again, that's kind of like why we feel we're here is to help each other learn and get better. All right. I still want to get this move in, which means I have to get this out of the way. Ay, 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 ay. I just can't toss him out of the way without any kind of care. Not really worried about this, but I do want to be able to do this. He might be thinking to do that, which I don't blame him at all. We go here, take, and then take. He can take, and we can take, and his can move, and then he can eventually take here. It's just, it's all plausible and iffy at the same time. Plausible and iffy, 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 iffy. There doesn't really work. He just pushes with tempo. So here would be tempo. If I go here, he goes here, my bishop has to leave. He got to move this pawn with tempo, not costing him anything. Okay, that's tempo. That's what we don't want. Don't want to give him moves like that because it allows him to move with tempo. All right, so this gives us an attack here. Remembering that we're still up a minor piece. To remember this pawn again, because I'm up a piece. If I don't remember I'm up a piece, which funny as it may sound, a lot of times we forget the situation. We'll forget if we're up material. Forget that we're up that material, we can play differently than we should. Right? We can play hesitant, we can play scared, we can worry about different things that we shouldn't really worry about because we're up the material that we didn't think about. Okay, so we could throw this one in because then afterwards we get this. So if we go here, he takes here, we get to go here and win another minor piece. So that just looks good because I don't know where else he's going to go. So I'm not even going to hesitate because I'm running low on time anyway. But he doesn't have any squares. And when they don't have any squares, we're forcing him to take this way. We get this one in. Okay, what does he do? He's got to do something. And then after he does something, we should be able to take there. That'd be, oh, no, that still doesn't even, that was a way. That was a way I did not anticipate. But I think I'm still okay because we just take this way now. Still just take, and that still falls. So this should still fall. You can get a pawn out of it. That's all he should be able to get out of it. It should still end up a piece. Another piece for the pawn, because we sacked the pawn. Oh, long day. Drove like 7 hours today. Yep, there you go. Get something for your money. Can do it again. That's nice. Here or here. Here allows another check at some point. Here means the queen has to do a check. Then we can slide away. I kind of like that better. I'm going to go here so we can slide away. And as we predicted, and then we get to slide away. This square will be a check. Can't take. Now he could take. Now he could have taken. Right? He would have been able to take because there was no check. He unpinned his piece. Interesting. Oh, and my time is ticking. The clock. I like that move. I like that move a lot. Because it attacks this and attacks this. Two free pieces and overprotects this one. Overprotection would be Aaron Nimzovich. Awesome. Good book, old book, My System. Loved My System. Nice fork, but we get the check first. And then we get, I believe, mate. Yep, good game. Good game. Sorry, Chiss Wizard, that I had to play you. It's not your good day for it, but good game. 11 minutes left. Maybe we'll both get one more game in. Oh, G Dot and Brandon both have paused out. You guys got to go. I'm glad you can make it now, Fork. We're always happy to have you. All right, not much else is happening. Not much chatting and watching games. See if it reminds me when I get a game. That's the only also when I'm playing. Then I'm got to watch to make sure I don't miss a game. So far, this game looks pretty solid. Both players seem to be doing well. Down a pawn each, not down, but traded a pawn. Otherwise, all the pieces on the board, so they should be developing. Nola, Bender, and Chris. And look, they're about the same rating. King, did you get a new account again? Yeah, glad you're here. King, did you get a new account? Because you changed your name on On Lee chess? Or is that the name you've always had? Oh, you know what? That's always your Lee chess name, isn't it? I think so. Maybe that's always been your lead because it's Krish. I don't know why I'm thinking. I think I'm thinking that because you had a question mark next to your rating, and I just thought you would have had enough games. But you normally play on chess.com, right? Oh, Leonard. Ah, mi amigo. I'm gonna play this way. Never know what I want to do with Leonard. We're gonna make Sudakus proud. We definitely gonna take that way. I think today. Would have liked to have this out first. Much rather have the bishop out and about. We're going to actually play this quiet move just to stop action over here. Taking our time. Wow, this is going to be interesting, I think. We could do this and kind of lock things down. It could be, you know what, let's do that. Lock things down a little bit. Okay. Actually going to go with this. Not my usual fare. Get out of this pretty fast. And now I got to think about this guy. This guy needs life. He has no life. Let's see, I have 1, 2, he has 1, 2. So if we go here, one of his leaves, then we can do that. I mean, he wouldn't have 2 attack in here, so we're gonna play like G dot. We're gonna break open in the center. Hey, good job, King. That's nice. Nice. And sack the piece for another one. Yeah, you gotta like that, right? Okay, we'll go with this one. It's more forcing. And then we get this pin here, hopefully. Okay, so he moves out of the pin. That's pretty quick. Don't want to be pinned. Now we can attack him again. Develop the bishop. That might be fun. Try that. Try it on for size, as they say. All right. Yeah, that didn't really get us anywhere. I don't like open files. Okay, he's on the open file. We'll play on the open file. Got to play on open attacking, but I've got to protect it twice so I don't have to overreact. Right? Right, guys? Protect it twice. Don't have to overreact. Get to plop him in here and then plop him there. You know, that looks like just, we're talking about, okay. Oh, so this is a great example, right? I am just looking to improve my pieces. I am just looking to improve my pieces right now. That's all I was just doing. Now he wants to get rid of it. And if he does, I'm going to be happy because I'll have a passed pawn. That to me, again, would be improving my pieces. Could push. He takes, I take, and that pressure on. I don't like the weakness over here, though. How can I try to take advantage of that would be a good question in my mind. If I went here, it gives him this, and it traps, I'm sorry, it gives him this. It sort of traps my bishop. I really like that idea. Right here, no, definitely not. Can't go there. We can't really push. He has 2 pieces on it. So those are all of my candidates. I'm running through my head what kind of moves I want. Not worried about that at all because of that. But actually, I'm not even sure if I like that. I think again, we don't mind if he takes. I can't justify that. I want to be able to get here. So this guy needs to move, give me access to that square. And where else can I go from here? I can go here, go here. So maybe the move is here. Takes, we just take the pass pawn and be happy. If he takes, we just take back with the bishop. Kind of risky, kind of odd. But let's play. Let's have fun. Like I said, we're here for fun a little bit. This piece was dead in the water for a long time. And so now we know what we're playing towards, guys. That's a beautiful square I want to get to sometime soon. Need to figure out how to get to that square. I can win this pawn outright. I believe I can win this pawn outright. I believe I can. Don't know if I'm getting my bishop trapped. I think I am. Gotta be a little leery. Okay, I think he's trying to see if he can trap my bishop. Really wanted to get my bishop, my other piece. Get my queen out. Cha, cha, cha. I'm gonna start with the queen. Oh no, no, no. Getting my knight, guys. Forgot my knight altogether. Just left him out, hanging in the wind. So we're gonna bring our knight around. Again, this is my strength. This is my future. Kind of like this. Okay, where am I? Kind of like that. Don't like his thing coming here. I definitely like this. I like that later. Okay, I said I wasn't going to pick up pieces and move them. And what am I doing? I'm picking up pieces and moving. I think that's the threat, and I don't have a way to answer that threat. If I were here, that answer any threat? I don't know. Let's find out. I don't have time. I don't have time to figure out the hard stuff. Okay, that might simplify my life. I'll have to see. I'll have to see, guys. My bishop is looking sad, but that pawn is looking happy. And other than that, I'm equal on material. Okay, we got to come in. Right? Can't take there. Good push there. Wow. Tempting. Knight here might be better. Can't go anywhere. Uncanny. It's uncanny. I'm touching pieces again, guys. I don't want to touch pieces. I really don't want to be touching the pieces. So let me think. Bishop can come here looking through. Knight could take, but that gives him a second piece attacking. So that actually would work out for me to win a pawn back. But it'd only be a pawn, and I'm looking happy. I don't like that. All right. I like that too, but I don't. Ooh, wait. No, that doesn't work. Okay, I was thinking I could take here because for some reason I was thinking the knight could do other things than it can. All right. I really would like there. Fortunately, I can't get it there. Okay, we're going to go here. Here. Now we can attack there. What else can we do, guys? We're going to stymie the bishop a little bit. We don't care. He's still got to have more pieces over there to make any headway. Headway? Headway. I don't know what headway means. He has no discovered checks there. Okay, that's annoying. I'll go there. I don't know why I went there. I have no clue why. I'm not going to trade. Oh, I'm down to 13 seconds. You slow moving dummy. Can't take. If we can't work out, they can't come back. See if we can't get behind them a little. Oh, we're actually okay with trading off rooks, I think. I think we're okay with trading off rooks. Don't know if I want to trade off anymore, though. Probably should have. I think I'm still in the lead, and I still can trade. Right, now we're going to get a pass pawn. Goal anyway. Work on getting a pass. takes here to stop. Right, left. And he just gonna take that. Oh, tournament's over. Somebody won, not me. Somebody won. Wonder who won. In games we studied. I probably could have done better. Probably could have done better. I probably could have used the rook to block my opponent out, therefore do more damage. But, I make mistakes too. And it looks like I've made a mistake again. But I think I can live through it. Can't push. Oh, he can't push. Now I think I still win. I have connected pawns, and they can do all the work by themselves. I don't have to stay over here. We can go either way. We'll go this way, that way, and we'll go in here. Now he can't. He has to go away. Get the queen. Let's keep moving him back. All right, tournament's over. Easy tournament, no, Hawk? Did you play? I didn't see you play. Did you play, my friend? Did you play? No, it's not a draw. What are you asking? What? Leonard. Draw? Seriously? Seriously. All right, let's see who won. Dolo Bender won. Knockhawk, I didn't see you. You didn't play. What do you mean easy tournament? You should have played. Should have played. All right, good night. Good night, Chess Wizard. All right, guys. Hope everyone had fun. I did. Thank you for the games that we can use for Wednesday's review. Yes, Wednesday, Chris, probably a better time for the UK. Hopefully a better time. Don't forget the Mayhem Chess Tournament still in the future. And we'll have more for you on that now that we have our lineup locked in. I'm sure that Sudakus will be finishing up his trailer, which was pretty cool. So hopefully that'll be done soon. I've got to go take care of some cats and get ready for bed. Got to get to work tomorrow. Took today off. Was running around doing stuff today, so didn't have to work today. But obviously, this is still after my work hour, so it's good. I got to do this still. That's always good. Um, Remember the things we're working on is transitioning from the opening to the middle game. I am going to, hey, thanks, Dolo Bender. I'm going to do my best to get some lessons set up with our combatants for the Mayhem tournament. So hopefully we'll see them there. All right, let me see if any of them are currently online, right? Playing online. Maybe they're streaming right now, and Crybaby Carly is doing Overwatch, not chess. I'm not going to. You guys are chess guys. We're going to send you to chess people. The Dave Show. Look at that. The Dave Bren Show has 0 viewers, guys. He is going to be. He's locked in. He's one of our combatants at this exact moment. He has 0 viewers, but it starts in 6 minutes. How do you guys? How do you start a stream and tell people to wait 7 minutes for the? I don't know. I don't know. What time is he starting? I'm wondering. 7 minutes from now, maybe 10, 15. I don't know. 5 minutes? My clock still says 6:18. All right. Yeah. I'd love for you guys to go watch the Dave Bren show. He looks like a character. He's going to be fun. He's a balloon artist. There you go. talk show host, chess fan. Yes, chess fan. He's going to be playing in our Mayhem tournament. So that would have been cool. I'd like to send you guys over there. Sly Chess is just one of our viewers. He's not going to be in the tournament, unfortunately, or fortunately. Anyway, you look at it. Crybaby Carly is in our tournament, but she's playing Overwatch. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Let me see. We could take a peek and just see what she's doing. Overwatch. Yep, Overwatch. I haven't never played Overwatch. Overwatch looked a little bit to me like reminded me of Halo, which
This
I
is
do
one
play with
that
my kids. So if you guys have any recommendations, I would love for the Dave Friend show to be starting sooner than 5 minutes. I don't want to make you guys wait 5 minutes. Uh, I guess I'm just impatient. The new the new thing, right? I mean, I'm old, but I think we all have become impatient. By the way, I do like GM Ashley, Maurice Ashley. Uh, he's way up there, though. I mean, guys, he's talking about stuff that I gotta focus, learn, focus, think really hard. Um, some of the stuff he talks about is awesome. I love his concepts. So like one of his concepts is that Endgame study is more important than opening study. Why? Because it's static, right? It's you can learn it in and out. We talk about memorizing things versus memorizing openings. Hey, creative minds, I'd rather you memorize endgame techniques, right? Endgame techniques, tactics. Uh, we talked about memorizing mating patterns. Those to me are extremely useful things to learn and memorize. So, out of the higher rated guys that do chess streaming, I like mostly my favorites would be John Bartholomew. He's an international master. And GM Maurice Ashley. I think those two would be two of my favorites for you to work with and go see and just soak that stuff up. I like Rosen, but Rosen is more for fun. I watch him. I don't really watch him so much for educational reasons as much as for fun. Same thing with maybe some of the others. Even Hikaru Nakamura, I watch him for fun, not to learn from. But Ashley and Bartholomew, I watch to learn. Hey, good. Yeah, thanks, creative. That's I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest, sharing my thoughts where I like to learn from. So up to you guys, but those are the ones that if I'm looking now, I do like Anna Rudolph also. My only thing with her is sometimes she goes off, talks about non-chess stuff. Nothing's wrong with non-chess stuff. I just I focus on chess as far as watching streaming. There's so much out there to watch. There's so much, and I only have so many hours in a day. I have other things I like to do. I like to read. I like to do artwork. I like to um, watch movies. I'm a movie buff. If you guys ever want to talk about movies, happy to talk about movies in the stream while we're doing chess. But I did the stream for my chess students. That's how this started. So I pretty much try to stick to chess as far as that goes. Make sense? Um, so let's see the Dave Bren show. How much more time? He has 2 minutes. I did actually talk a little bit on top of that. Rosen, like I said, he's fun to watch. Doing high level blitz. He is so calm and relaxed. Good. We get to watch his commercials. So calm and relaxed. Just some people say, yeah, I watch him and I go to sleep to him because he just his voice and he's so calm. I find I'm more like um, Maurice Ashley as far as my
so
calm
we will do
level
that.
because I'm not calm at all, right? I feel like
Voila. All
I'm
right,
not
let's give Brandon some
non
love.
I'm not a
All
calm
right,
player.
folks, we're gonna do that. Show
Hello.
some love. Let him know that
So I have
GM
no
Ashley
clue
sent you.
why
I appreciate the
it's
time we spent. A little chance to
not
play some bullet.
quiet.
Congratulations to the person who beat me. And enjoy.
What is up with that? I said mute and it still had it's like he was like you can't mute me, man. You can't mute me. Um, oh, those are some I haven't seen. Ginger GM, I do like watching. I watch him mostly for fun, and he's totally not calm. correct. Not calm, and his language sometimes is not clean. Same thing with Rosenman. I like Rosman Levy. I like him, uh, but yes, language. I can't tell my kids to go watch him. But Ashley, his language is clean, as far as I've ever seen. I'm hoping Dave Bren's language is clean. Chris said, Chesswood said he went to sleep, so hopefully, but I'm hoping his language is clean. I know they're going to be clean for our tournament, but I don't know if they're clean on their own stream. I can't attest to those yet. I haven't seen them on their own stream yet. So here's Brent. We got 25 seconds. We'll go ahead and raid him because he's playing in the tournament. One of my goals is to raid people that are participating in the tournament. So you guys get to see them, get some input, some thoughts, see how they play. Because I'm sure we're going to have some friendly predictions each round who's going to win, and so you need to see what you're going to be wagering on. Oh, good, good. I'll check them out. I'm always looking for people to learn from. So yeah, I'm happy. NM Jesse Cohn, he's pretty clean and got pretty good also. So I haven't seen this guy before. I'm just being upfront. I've seen him. He did a lesson with Sudokus, so I saw that. But other than that, I haven't seen anything. It looks like he has a Hogwarts hat on for a um, checking which school you're going to be in. So um, hopefully he's doing chess today. I don't even know if he's planning. Oh, he says come watch chess. So let's go ahead and raid him, and you guys can say hi, and you could tell him that you heard about him from our mayhem tournament, and let's see if he's going to be any good. Let's see if he's going to be a favorite for the tournament or if he's going to be one that you bet against. I have no idea. All right, so we'll raid Dave Bren and we'll see how it goes, guys. Have a good night. Again, Wednesday I'll be on again. I might do something tomorrow if I get a lesson for someone. But otherwise, we'll see you later. Have a good night.
Flavio has his own